Today I'm going to be talking about the concept of anhedonia and how this symptom of depression actually makes depression worse. Hi everyone. In today's video I'm going to be talking about the concept of anhedonia, which is a symptom of depression that a lot of people experience, but for a lot of people they don't quite understand or are aware of what's actually going on. But before I get into that, just a couple of disclaimers to go over. I'm a registered psychologist in the province of British Columbia, Canada, and this video is for informational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute or replacement for advice from your doctor or mental health professional. Now, with those things out of the way, let's start talking about anhedonia. So I want you to imagine, I want you to think about what are the things in life that you most enjoy doing. So it could be playing with your children. It could be going for a hike. It could be painting or having a really fun night out with your friends. We all have these things in life that we really enjoy and they give us a sense of vibrancy and enthusiasm and put energy and fuel into our lives. But now imagine if those things that you enjoy doing and that you find really fun and rewarding, imagine one day that those things just lose all of their sense of enjoyment or reward. That it's almost like this color picture of life, or all the color of life gets drained from it and everything becomes black and white or monochrome. Imagine if you engage in these activities and you feel nothing, no sense of enjoyment, no sense of reward. So you're playing with your children and you know that you should really enjoy it or you should be having fun, but it feels like you're just going through the motions. You're going on a hike and you used to really enjoy hiking and loved it, but now you're just feels like you're walking through spider webs and swatting aside bugs. You loved going out with friends and having a good night out, but now the food at the restaurant just doesn't really taste like anything, and the music's just too loud, and what's the point of it all? And so these are all examples of anhedonia. And anhedonia is a symptom of depression characterized by a loss of interest or pleasure in almost all of your usual activities. So things that you used to enjoy doing, things that you used to look forward to doing, you just don't enjoy anymore. And you just have no sort of motivation or interest or drive to do these things anymore. So there's kind of two parts to anhedonia. There's the loss of pleasure in the activity itself. So like I said, I'm on a hike and I love hiking, but I just feel nothing. I don't get any enjoyment or reward or happiness being on a hike. Like I said, it's just more of a chore and spider webs and bugs and insects and muddy shoes. And there's no enjoyment in it. What's the point? I'm painting and I feel no sense of engagement or no sense of creativity. It's just paint on a canvas. So the enjoyment or the pleasure gets sapped out of the activity itself. But the other component of anhedonia is a loss of interest and motivation in actually doing the activity. So I don't look forward to getting together with my friends on the weekend. I have no sense of kind of motivation or drive or enthusiasm to do it. So it's not even like I'm not enjoying it while I'm doing it. I have no interest in doing it. I have no desire to do it. And that would make sense, because if I'm not really enjoying it, if I'm not having any fun or reward out of doing it, what's the point in doing it? Why would I feel any interest or motivation to do it? And so the less motivated I am to do it, well, of course I'm not going to do it. And again, why would I do it if I don't enjoy doing it? So what this anhedonia can do is it can really sap any motivation or interest or drive out of your life. Now, think of that in the context of depression. So if I have depression, and that's characterized by kind of low mood, low desire, so I'm feeling kind of down. And because I'm feeling kind of down, one of the symptoms that's associated with it is this anhedonia. I don't get any pleasure or enjoyment out of doing things. Well, so I stop engaging in those activities. Because what's the point? I don't enjoy doing it, and I have no motivation or interest in doing it. So I'm no longer doing these activities that used to build enjoyment or pleasure or reward into my life. What impact do you think that's going to have on the depression? Well, anhedonia actually feeds back into the depression, and it makes the depression worse. It makes me feel more down. And the more depressed I get, the worse the anhedonia gets. Even less interested in doing things. No motivation at all. No pleasure or reward. I don't look forward to anything. And so I do even less. What does that do to the depression? It makes the depression worse. So the thing with anhedonia is it's actually kind of like this quicksand, this depression quicksand. The more you lose interest or pleasure in these activities, the worse the depression gets, which means the anhedonia gets worse. So it's important to understand this, because for a lot of my clients that I'm working with, they don't really understand what anhedonia is. They think there's something really wrong with them, that they can't enjoy anything. There's something really wrong with me, that I'm sitting down with my children and I'm playing with them, and I can see how much they're enjoying it or how much fun they're having, and I know I should be feeling happy. I know I should be engaged and enjoying it, but I feel nothing. What kind of parent am I? And so that just is, it's confusing, it's scary, it's really quite distressing. And so this anhedonia, this symptom of depression, is actually one of the maintaining factors that keeps the depression going. And so it's really important to understand that there's actually nothing wrong with you if you don't have any sense of enjoyment or reward or motivation in doing things if you're experiencing depression, because that's part of the depression, right? That's something that results from the depression. And it's not like a personal failing or sort of a limitation in you. It's part of the depression condition. So anhedonia is a really distressing symptom. It's a symptom that really, really negatively impacts people, because it just strips enjoyment and reward out of life. And if I'm getting no enjoyment or reward out of life, it's easy to start thinking, well, what's the point? And so you can think of this as kind of part one of a two-part series on anhedonia. In the next video, I'll talk about, okay, you recognize that you have anhedonia. What is it that you can actually do about it? How can you actually overcome this anhedonia as a way of coming out of the depression? So I hope you'll keep an eye out for that video. So I'd love to hear any questions or thoughts that you might have about anhedonia, so please leave me some comments in the comments section down below. If you've been enjoying my videos and would like to see more, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and you'll be alerted every week when I post a new video. As always, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.